What's the problem here? Let's turn on the atmosphere for a moment. We can hear the music just fine, but the screen continues to stay completely black. I've already tried resetting it again. Then we'll create a separate video, or we can actually do it right now instead. I'll reset it now. You can watch how the entire reset process works. Just press these 3 buttons at the same time. Push them now. And then it reset the entire system. So up at the top right, the dot. And the menu button. I'm pretty sure there's likely a broken cable causing the issue. Before starting to inspect the display for a possible cable break or any other issues, make sure to test this fuse here first to rule it out as the source of the problem. Lever this whole thing aside and open the cover. So this fuse, so you also have a video on how to remove the MMI, how to take out the display. We need these pry tools here. And carefully pry the whole thing out from this exact spot right here. I think that's good enough for what we're doing here. So this is what it looks like. Next, we need to unscrew these 2 screws here. This is dot. For the blower, for the air ducts. So then we take an 8mm socket to unscrew all of this here. And here are the 2. For the display, you can also disconnect the power at the same time. They are located a bit further back. This is what the whole thing looks like. Here are the ones for air, and behind them are for the display. Now we can go ahead and carefully unscrew them to take a closer look at how they're positioned and connected inside this main unit right here, step by step. So now I also took off the cover here to have a clearer view inside. And now we can take it out. A poke. And then the whole thing comes towards us. This is what it looks like. And now we can go even further by simply pulling this one out, and then the entire piece ends up in our hand. Yes, and I can go ahead and turn it on. You can see how it smoothly slides in and out right here. So it moves back in. Yes. And now we need to check for a cable break, whether it has one. Now I wanted to have you here live with me, so I checked the cables. And just a moment ago I pulled the connector out of the socket. So this connector here, and here's also this kink. I think that here somewhere there's a problem. That's why before tearing this apart, and it turns out not to be a cable break, first measure the cables, a simple resistance test or continuity test. Okay, there's definitely a problem here somewhere, so the cables are definitely broken somewhere. That's why we're opening this up now, because there's absolutely no continuity. That's why I wanted to have you here live, so you could see it as well. Or actually, I don't even know myself yet where exactly the issue is. I really need to. We'll definitely take the time to figure it all out properly now, step by step, and make sure everything is clear and well organized, for sure. Yes, and you also had the problem that every single time you connected to one, it kept moving up and down constantly. No cable here. The cable is severed. Look here. Bam, the cable is completely cut. And at which specific point did this happen exactly? No, wait, this here. That's exactly how it must have been, right here, in this spot. Yeah, where the rotation happens. Here where it's turned back and forth. Yeah. Let's move on. We still need to get to the other end anyway. I really don't want to drill through now. Let's hold off on this whole thing. We'll pull the antenna out, then move the whole thing forward. That's it. There's the other end of the cable. Yeah, now the question is, I think we should redo a small part of it. So replace the entire cable set. Where does it even go? There's no connector in between. That means if you want to replace the cables here, you have to go pretty far. No, it actually goes into this specific cable bundle right here. That means we cut this part off and then replace it with much stronger, thicker cables in that exact spot instead. Or rather, no, we use the same cross section. What else would you do? Yeah, and solder the whole thing back together. I'm not soldering right here at this spot where it's going to keep moving back and forth constantly. I think I'll just make a new approach here. And I think I'll use a slightly thicker cross section. I also have a little bit left. At any rate, I now see where the problem is. I'll keep it like this for now and see how it holds up. So this is what it could look like. Here, soldered together, and once on the other end. So now we're wiring this up properly once more again. Actually, we can do the functionality test before we assemble the whole thing. There. It's working again. So we can actually go ahead and start reassembling the whole thing now, right? The cable still needs to be routed properly. I already stripped and secured it here, which is quite important. You need one of these. I'm looking for it. You'll have to get a new part like this, because it often tends to break down after some time in regular use. Or actually, you pinch it off so you can take the cable out. That's important so you can properly secure it here again. Otherwise you'll just fix it somehow and it ends up in between and everything's a mess. I need to secure this here now and make the whole thing look, when it's fixed again, properly. Let's go ahead and put it together. Yeah guys, that's how it works with the Audi A6. 4G I think. Don't have the model in mind. But it will be in the title description. Yes, deleting the mistakes is important. And yeah, we'll clean that up a bit now. And I hope you liked the video, found it helpful. Yeah, feel free to leave a comment. Oh, important, I also grabbed a cable. It's kind of funny, but it's actually a cable taken from a washing machine. It's designed to be more flexible because there's always movement in the washing machine. I took the cables from a washing machine that I had fixed and modified for that purpose. One could also use a different cable now, so I noticed that this one here is a bit stiffer than the ones I installed. And one could put in a standard cable again now, but it will eventually break again at some point. He didn't pull it down. 125,000, and every time you turn the ignition on or off, the thing keeps going in and out, in and out. I'll check if we can code that. Maybe it's just always on permanently. Let's see. There's a video coming. Write down your experiences if you have an Audi A6. Improvement suggestions. Yes, if you liked all of this, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.